should be promoted. They stressed that. She said they stressed that a lot in the size certification.
Yeah, so I wonder
whatever that's worth, but that's,
I think
just let them pick kind of a thing.
People should pick their own track. Whatever. I mean,
I would say like tell them. I would just think educate them, and because a lot of people don't want to be the weirdo that's doing the wrong track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say, here, I'm going to be doing this one, but if you are struggling with the moves or whatever, then you can do the beginner.
Mm-hmm.
Just let them know there's like two options. And because I was going to start with the beginner, and then I looked at it and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks weird.
I like to spice it up. I don't know. I don't have ADD, but I swear I got to do a different workout every day or I get bored to death.
Yeah, I'm kind of bored. Like right now waiting, I'm kind of bored with like the dance from the sneak peek. So that's where I'm kind of like,
yeah.
I actually did a Chalene Extreme this morning. And I feel like it's like almost the girl version of Body Beast because you lift with like heavier weights.
Yeah.
I really liked it. That was the first time I'd done Chalene Extreme.
Jill, you use On Demand a lot, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have a Roku now, and so I downloaded the app. So I just did it right from my TV. So I was like, yes.
Yeah, I love it.
That's how I do mine. I put mine on my Apple TV. I just stream it from my phone onto my Apple TV, and then I just do it that way. So I'm not trying to like.
You have to buy an Apple TV.
It's just a little box.
Yeah, it's $100 box. It's not like an Apple TV.
Yeah, everyone thinks that whenever I say that, I'm like, I have an Apple TV. They're all, you have an Apple TV? Like, thinking I have this huge TV that's by Apple. I'm like, no, not that.
Hey, wait, how do you get it on the Apple TV?
If you Airstream it from your, like, from any of your phone or I use it for my iPad. I just stream it. Like, I AirPlay it onto it, and then it just projects on there.
Oh, okay.
So it's just easier for me than trying to figure out how to put it on.
On your phone?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take drastic. I don't feel it yanks it. I did it yesterday, and I didn't feel my battery went any faster than anything else.
Well, so we're starting a size group as a team on the 3rd, and I wanted your guys' feedback. We kind of talked about this. Think we should do prep week on the 3rd, or just do like a weekend of prep week? Like,
I would just say weekend.
you think? I mean, I agree with Joelle that prep week is kind of amazing. Like, I feel like it helps people a lot.
Incorporate it into the first week, though. It's a launch, so no one's going to want to wait. I know I'm not going to wait to start.
I know. I don't want to wait to start either.
Who wants to have the hype of the launch, finally get the program, and then wait 2 weeks?
Right.
Yeah.
Hi, sugar.
What does everyone else think? What do you think, Jody?
Well, I think the people buying it from us don't know that we've been waiting in anticipation for it to launch. So they might be okay with the prep week.
Right.
We can start in advance.
I mean, they might not get it till who knows when.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely not in Canada.
Yeah.
I've already been telling everybody that it starts on the 3rd, so that's what I'll stick with.
Yeah, I mean, I've been telling them it starts on the 3rd, but I'm okay to be like, it starts on the 3rd and it's prep week. Like
I haven't been telling anybody anything.
Oh, Jody.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Sounds like you just want to do a weekend. I think that's what you should do.
Yeah. I think the weekend will be good.
All right.
Maybe test this group with the weekend and
Yeah. You can always change it later.
yeah, since it's not as intense as like the 21-day fix.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. We'll try the weekend. We'll start like August 3rd.
Jill, your hair is beautiful.
Thank you.
He just keeps touching.
It's like,
Ah.
I'm a
I know it was a shower day, so it's all fresh and fluffy.
Ah.
Normally Wednesdays it's like pulled up and like ready to be washed.
I know the feeling. Okay. I had a thought that I totally missed it because I was staring at Jill's hair, but
It's like
what was it? Something about the size.
okay. Amanda's on. Can you hear us, Amanda? Oh, she's muted. I just wanted to welcome her. Anyway, Amanda's a new coach, so welcome, Amanda. She's Megan's new coach, and she has killer abs from 21 Day Fix.
Oh my
Nice.
gosh. Your picture's amazing.
I know.
I
they're
haven't seen
awesome.
it.
I'll send it.
Did we mention that she's had 3 kids?
Yeah, look how little her newest one is.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
So cute.
Aww.
Did I also mention she just signed up today and she's already on our team call?
Yeah, and she's already
Yeah.
finished checklist 1, right?
Yeah. She's killing it.
Nice.
Absolutely killing it.
Yeah, you're our
Finally, I have a coach that's killing it.
About time.
I know.
Yeah, so welcome, Amanda.
Oh, I remember what my thought was. So when we did 21 Day Fix the first couple times, and then we ended up just letting everybody know in the group that we needed an extra week for people to get their stuff. So, I mean, my point is just, we can always change it, and people just go with whatever we say.
True. I know, that's why we get to be our own bosses, and that's why I changed the schedule for this month, because I was like, things are crazy. This is a crazy week for me. Speaking of this week, it's Super Saturday. Who's going this weekend? Super Saturday. Wait, who said me?
Tasha.
Yay!
I'm actually. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, they were kind of reaching for people to talk, so I'm gonna get interviewed, I guess.
Oh,
our group.
that's exciting. Make someone record it and post it in our team.
I will. I'll try.
Mention Team Chic.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. No, don't worry. I'm definitely all for it. So they you can put a table up if you'd like. I'm like, I really don't have anything to put a table up, but my boyfriend has a sign company, so who knows? Maybe I might be like, honey.
Yeah, you come in like Team Chic.
Right? I know, big old thing. Send them the picture, or from our Facebook page. Be like, honey, print this, print that. That's all I want.
Seriously.
Cool. You'll have to get pictures and video.
Definitely.
Exciting.
Because I have a few friends that are out here that do it, but everyone who's kind of it seems like everyone kind of has the same kind of feel about it. So I'm kind of all right, let's see how this goes.
Cool. I'm excited for you.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you guys that don't know what it is, it's just a big training and a big workout that's local. So get there. I really think events are huge. They're game changers, and you learn so much, and it's just the feeling from it all, which is why we're going to be talking to you guys about Summit. I mean, half of you guys are already going, so we're not going to talk about telling you to go there. We're just going to tell you all the awesome things we learned. So everyone try to go to Super Saturday this weekend. Yes, Gabrielle?
I would like to say, though, that when you sign people up, encourage them to get on the wait list. So when someone signs as a coach, tell them right away to get on the wait list. Let them figure out later whether they don't want to go or can't go, as opposed to not even having an option to go.
Right, that's smart.
So you are so new, Kelly, when I signed up that I accidentally stumbled upon the wait list and signed up and got on. And then remember the uproar in Team Inspiration, and everyone was freaking out, how did I get there? How did I get to go? And it was because I just found the wait list and signed up.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's going to be able to get to go. Nobody got turned away this year.
Yeah. So that's smart.
I would say just keep that in mind, that when you sign somebody up, kind of like you get them their coach ID and this is what you do, it's get on the wait list.
Yeah, that's smart.
Figure it out later.
I know, because it was just, number one, it was just so fun that I was like, I want our team there so we can all goof off together.
Well, yeah, and just think about those coaches are going to sign up right now, and it's a whole year away, and they're a year in. They're going to be so sorry that they didn't get to go.
Yeah, good point. Okay.
Does Super Saturday sell out?
No, not Super Saturday.
Well, because
About the
I
wait.
don't see it anywhere here on Facebook, but when I Googled it, there's an Eventbrite thing that somebody made up, and it's for July 25th, and it says, Calgary Super Saturday, I love the 80s, and every ticket type is sold out.
Yes. Portland
Oh.
is selling tickets and they will sell out.
Yeah, see, in Albuquerque, we don't have that many people going, so they didn't sell tickets.
Ah.
I think some of it has to do with whatever they're doing. Like, I don't know if like people like Tony Horton get paid, but like in Portland this time, Carl is going to be there as well as Tony. So I don't know if that's why they're charging, or I don't know, or they had to rent a place. I don't have any clue.
Yeah, it's at the Sheridan.
Yeah.
So they have Miran. Is that how you say your name? Nina Miran is speaking.
Well, that sucks. I'm not going.
That settles that.
Yeah, sometimes you can find a Facebook group for your local area. So
Yeah, it's not popping up when I type it in.
Yeah, that's how I joined mine, and I had to wait for them to like accept me in and like authenticate me or whatever, however I can say that word, that I really was a Beachbody coach before adding me into the page.
good to know. We'll have to get on it next time. Okay, another announcement, Coach. So I really just decided that these are girls' night outs, and that I really like the word girl. So, because I always call you guys girl, like, hey girl, you know, you're like my girlfriend. So I decided our new coach training is going to be called a girl boss training. So I feel like that fits with the Chic brand. And so the new girl boss training is starting on Monday. I'm going to make it a 14-day training. It's going to have 2 live webinars. So we'll do one Monday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So if you have any coaches or anyone interested in that, like use this coach training as a deadline. And then if you have anyone like mention the new coach training and see if they want to get in on it. Even people that you've talked to in the past that have been like, oh, not now, not now. You can be like, yeah, I'm starting one. Are you ready now? You know. That's going to be 2 weeks, and then each Monday we'll have live webinars. That was one thing that they talked about at Summit. They said, one of the girls there said that was huge, was in her new coach training, she had live webinars, and she said that people just felt more connected to her as a coach. And so, yeah, I'm excited about that we'll have, and we're going to keep it short. You know, I feel like 2 weeks is kind of perfect. Like, it's not too long, not too short. Anyway,
it starts the 27th, Kelly.
Yes,
And that will be the first webinar as well.
mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you guys get in on it, and like, I'm just kind of I'm kind of doing what I did last time, where I did like what to do the first 7 days of coaching, and then I'll have another week of like, you know, stuff that I don't really even know what I've decided what I'm going to tell them. But I've got some ideas and stuff, so I'm excited about it, and we'll just keep tweaking it till it's fabulous. But one of the things I'm going to recommend in the new coach training is finding a success partner, and that's something I want to talk to you guys about tonight. Is like, that is huge. Like, I feel like that's really helped me with my business, because I talk to my success partner at least once a week. We're always like bouncing ideas off each other. I text her posts like, what do you think of this? Or do you like this picture or whatever? I just feel like it's so helpful to have someone. And there's times where she'll like push me, and there's times where I'll push her. And so if you guys don't have a success partner, that needs to be a top priority right now, is finding someone that is gonna, and I feel like it's kind of like dating. Like, it took me like 2 other success partners before I could find like the perfect one. So I think, don't feel like you have to get it right the first time. Just kind of like get to know each other, see, and make it like temporary. Like, hey, we'll try this for a month and see if it works. And if it doesn't, just be like, hey, it's not. I had to like break up with my other people and be like, it's not working, you know, because they weren't going as they weren't as driven as I hoped, you know, as I guess wanted them to be. They weren't running. They were slow. One girl quit. Anyway, she's not even a coach hardly anymore. So yeah, everyone needs to find one. And if you're in the market, then post in the Chic group that you're still looking for one. So I want all of you guys to get hooked up. I know some of you are, but let's get all of you. And I'm going to make that part of the coach training where the people in the coach training, I'm hoping that they'll hook up with each other since they're all kind of like started at the same time. All right. One more announcement, and then I'm going to teach you guys a couple things from Summit, and Jill's just going to chime in with her thoughts too. So the Bring the Bling, Micah's starting that, I think, August 3rd. And that's going to be awesome, you guys. I know Jill signed up for it, right?
I'm signing up for it. I plan on it.
Yeah. That I just finished one like a couple months ago, and that really helped me. Like it kind of pushed me. I was like, crap, I got to get 2 emeralds. I had to get 8 coaches, but this one, I think you only need 4. I haven't read the FAQs to be honest, but I'm pretty sure you only need 4, which is awesome. And I ended up winning $200 from it. So, and it helped me, it just kind of pushed me a little farther than I would have pushed myself. So get your booty in on this Bring the Bling. Because number one, the people in there are like top coaches. And sometimes I always like, I'm like, man, it'd be so nice if I could just like sit down and chat with like some of the top coaches. And this is basically what it is, right? They're in there like doing these trainings and teaching you guys their juicy secrets. So get in on it. I want all you guys in there if you can. And
I'm hoping the format is different this time.
Yeah, it might be.
It
I
was
don't know.
really confusing last time. Very disorganized, I felt like.
Yeah, I liked the live webinars though. I thought that was really
Yes, yeah, for sure.
So we'll see how it goes, but I think that just pushes anyone in their business. So don't forget to get in on that. And I think that's the last announcement I had for you guys. We'll do questions at the end, but I'm going to show you guys a couple things that we learned that I was like, right, Jill? I kept doing that at Summit. So I want to show you my screen. Okay, so this is so funny. Like, I don't know if you guys saw, but I had to stay an extra day in Summit because my flight got all messed up. But it was a blessing in disguise because I started chatting with the other coaches that ended up staying too. And one of them shared like all her juicy secrets. And I was like, this is freaking awesome. I have to show my team. So give me a second here and I'm going to show you my screen and I'm going to teach you guys a couple things that I would like all of us to try out. I haven't started it yet. I'm still in survival mode from my trip and trying to size. Oh my gosh, coming home from a trip and then trying to deal with like the launch of size, it's been like madness. But anyways, and all of you guys should be like, you have all the tools you need to sell it. Like Joelle made that killer video that you can post, that shows all of us doing size. And then I posted my script that I'm using to send to people on my wait list for size and anyone that's shown any interest in size. So you have all those tools. So I feel like we all can easily hit Success Club this month with the launch of size. All right, so let me show you my screen. Bye, Jody.
Oh, I'm not leaving. I was saying bye to Joelle.
Okay, so one of the girls is on a different team. And she was like, yeah, we do this thing where we group people on Facebook. And Gabrielle taught us this in another meeting and blew our minds then. But I want to show you guys how you can take it even further. So tell me when you guys can see my screen.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. So I'm on Facebook right now. And okay. And so let me show you really quickly how to group people on Facebook. And then I'm going to tell you what this other team does, that this team is killing it. Like they are just going nuts. And and I think this is part of what's helping them be successful. So you're going to go to, gosh, I don't even remember how is it? What is it, Gabrielle?
Go to friends. Scroll down on the right and go to your friends. Or left, sorry.
Go to left.
And then I'm trying to move my mouse as if I'm doing it. So you were there.
Where you're under Dream Team.
There's the word friends,
Oh, right here.
Dream Team, and click on more.
Okay.
I'm moving my mouse trying to do it for you. I realize it's not working.
Okay, so basically this is like, creating a pool of people that you want to be in contact with. So what this other coach was teaching me is her team. So like, Gabrielle taught us, like, she doesn't want to see all these other Beachbody coaches posts, right? So she started putting her friends in the Beachbody group list. I'm gonna call them lists, okay? So this is a list.
We're creating friend lists.
Yeah. So here's a list. I don't know why this chick is in here. She's not a Beachbody coach. Anyway. So anyway, you go in and you add people to your friend list. Now, how do I get back out? Just back?
You gotta go, yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna create a list and we're gonna call it Monday. And you're gonna go to this list and you're gonna add people.
That's what I do.
So you can add, like, just start with the A's, and start adding people that are not coaches, and you're just going to go with your A's and start adding, you know what I mean? So this girl, this other coach, started doing all these people in the A section and just adding, some of these people are coaches. Anyway, adding these people, and then you create your group, right? So she said if you have like 600 Facebook friends, then you would add like 100 people on Monday, and then you click create, right? So the cool thing about this, because here's what happens with the Facebook algorithms. The cool thing is, what Facebook does is anytime someone like comments, or you know how we're always commenting on each other's, they're going to show you their feeds. So we end up seeing a lot of coach stuff in our feeds instead of new people that we want to reach. We want to get our faces in front of new people. So by adding these people in groups, then on Monday you can go through and start commenting on these people's posts, and being like, oh, that's adorable, or whatever. And, adding value to them and just like getting to know them. Creating that connection that we always talk about. So then you've got your Monday. So then that on Tuesday, you would go through and create a list of like everyone, maybe all the people in the, like, you can even break it up into alphabet or whatever. So this will take a little bit of time to break up your Facebook friends, but I think this will be an amazing way to get your face in front of some new people that haven't seen your posts for a while or haven't heard from you for a while. Unfortunately, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Gabrielle, but I don't think you can do this on your phone.
You cannot.
But you can do this during your power hour. Like, think of how quickly you could go through and connect with some new people every week if you're like chatting with different people each day of the week. So I thought this was genius.
So once a week, I go to my friends list and I look at recently added, and I put them in whatever list is appropriate, whether it's a coach or awesome people or whatever. And then I have a Monday through Saturday list, one for each day.
Uh-huh.
I also have a list for each program. So if somebody has said, I can't wait till I can do the 21-day fix, but I can't afford it now, I have a 21-day fix group so that I put them in that group too.
Oh, that's smart.
And then Friday follow-up. So if somebody said, get back with me at the end of the week or whatever, I have that Friday list going. And people can be in more than one list, which is nice.
That's cool. Yeah, and the cool thing, have you ever had someone like where you comment on their posts and then they message you and it like reminds them like, oh yeah, I got to talk to her about fitness or whatever.
Mhm.
So I think this is genius, and I like your ideas, Gabrielle, of putting them in, different groups so that, you can follow up with people on Friday. You can talk to the people about size or 21-day fix or whatever, and you'll know.
And they can move you around. So like if you follow up with that person and now they signed up as a challenger, well, then I take them off my follow-up and now they're in my challenge list, as well as like if they moved on to be a coach, I put them in my Beachbody coach list.
Right. And
Yeah.
then, and I think another smart idea is to, I think I have one already, is to create your dream team, like people that you want to be on your team, people that you're like, oh, she'd be so fun to be on my, on my team. Put them in a group called Dream Team. I also do this on Instagram where I subscribe to their posts. So if there's people I want on my team, I go to their I go to their Instagram, and I click, I make sure I'm following them, and then I click these 3 buttons. Hang on, let me see if you guys can see me. I can't see myself. Oh, okay. I click these 3 buttons right here, and it'll say turn on post notifications, and then I'm subscribed to them. And that way I can kind of like make sure I'm commenting on their posts when they come up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. That way I stay connected with them on Instagram too. So that was
I knew to do the friends. That's how I put my challengers. I have active challengers and past challengers, people that kind of aren't doing it. So that's how I keep in contact with my challengers. But that's brilliant, the Monday through Friday list.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, this is genius. So that way, because I felt the same way where I was like, I just kept scrolling and it'd be like coach. Now you can put all the Beachbody coaches somewhere else and then start talking to everyone else. So
You don't even have to touch your news feed. Like you can totally just not even look at it and go straight to whatever day or group friend list that you've got going and just look at those.
yeah.
It's cut it down from, at least for me anyway, it's cut down my scrolling from hours, I feel like, I don't know, but to less than 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. So you can quickly add value
Mm-hmm.
in that friends list. So that was one of the things that I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And then the other thing I wanted to show you guys was, well, first I want to show you guys a sponsorship drill down. If you haven't looked there, you need to start looking there. So can you guys see my sponsorship drill down right now?
Mhm.
Okay. So right here, so you get there by going to my business, my downline, and then sponsorship drill down. And this is what I look at all the time. I hardly ever look at my graphical genealogy, even though I probably should more, but I feel like this kind of is an easier way to see where my coaches are at, who's active, who's inactive. Like here, I've got an inactive that's red. So I know I need to contact her and see if she intentionally is going off Shakeology or if that was just a credit card, her credit card got declined or whatever. So you want to be looking for these red inactives, and then you can also see what leg they're on, whether it's on left leg or right leg. You can see their rank, you can see their Success Club points, blah, blah, blah. Another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was the leadership ladder. They talked about that at Summit. And Jill, you'll have to jump in with me on this. But this is something that the thing I like about it is it's based on benchmarks, and it's based on, if you're wanting to have a certain amount of income, this shows you basically the actions that you need to be doing to get yourself there. So I wanted to show you guys, because I don't know that many of you have checked it out.
I know I hadn't, and I was like, this is awesome. I actually wrote it down in my things to talk about.
Good. Yeah, and wasn't there a statistic they shared? I can't remember.
Oh, yeah, I think I wrote that down. Hang on.
And I thought it was pretty cool. It was $2,000. Do you know what?
Yeah, I did. I wrote it down. I just have to find it.
I lost my notes. I haven't even unpacked.
What?
I'm a hot
Yeah, it
mess.
was like the average income of somebody per month that is a team leader is $2,300 a month.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so you'll understand that when you see the benchmarks in there. But
Okay, so when you get here, when you get to Success Club, when you get in your back office or whatever, so you look here, you can see your Success Club points, which, by the way, I'm just going to show you really quick that you can, I didn't even know this for the longest time. You can click plus, and it'll show you where the Success Club points are coming from, like which clients, which coaches. Anyway, so there's your Success Club, but when you click on this Leadership Ladder tab, you'll see here, like your commissions, you'll see your Success Club points, what you did last month, what you're working towards this month. And so right now I'm working, last month I was a team builder, this month team leader. I'm not quite sure. Jill, does that mean that I'm...
yeah, if you click down here where it says, like at the bottom says report may be blank, you click on that, it'll give you each ladder rung.
Like, is
And
this
explain, like,
the PDF thing?
yeah.
Yeah, so I looked at this. It took me a minute to figure out what the crap they were even talking about. And hopefully this will show you guys. My computer's super slow. I'm sorry, you guys. I need to get a new one. Oh, my word. You'll pull yours up in case I want to switch to your computer.
Okay.
Okay. I like how you said that. Let me just show you. So basically the goal is to get, it says your goal, like right here, it's saying next rung benchmark. So like I want to be working towards making $1,000 a month if I'm going to be a team leader. If I'm going to have that status, right? So it shows me what I've made so far. It shows me what I need to hit for Success Club. I don't know why it's not showing my Success Club points right now, but oh well. It shows you your personally sponsored.
Because it's Wednesday.
What?
Because it's Wednesday.
Okay. It shows you your personally sponsored, how many personally sponsored coaches you have that have any Success Club points. So right now I've got 3. It shows you your week volume, and then it'll show you how many team leaders you have, which if I'm working towards leader, I probably don't have any team leaders. But anyway, it just kind of gives you some goals to work towards. Like if I want to get to that team leader that and Jill was saying the average person that's a team leader makes, $2,300 a month. If I'm working towards that, I know I've got to get at least, right here, it says 4 personally sponsored coaches to hit Success Club. And I've got to get my week leg volume to be 5,000. And I've got to hit Success Club, and I've got to make $1,000 in commission. So this can really help you to kind of set some goals, just so you can, because this class is based off of that they've done all this research on the top coaches and what tasks they were doing to make a certain amount of money and what rank they were and that kind of thing. Because I feel like it's like you can't just focus on rank. Like you've got to have volume. You've got to have all these things in order for you to make a certain amount of money. So I think it's really helpful. It just kind of helps you work towards certain goals and things.
Do you want to see the PDF?
Yeah, hang on. Let me see if I can pull, if mine will pull up.
So personally sponsored team leader, is that like for you, like you having a diamond under you? Is that what that means?
It's if I have someone under me that has reached team leader, meaning they are diamond and they have 4 coaches getting, so you'll see here. Do you see this right now?
Yeah.
Right here, if you're a business starter, if you're making $100 a month, if your highest rank is a coach, and if you hit Success Club 5. That's like the lowest rung on the leadership ladder. Then team builder means you're making at least $250 a month. You're hitting Success Club 5. you're an emerald and you have 2 coaches under you that are hitting success club, at least getting any success club points whatsoever, and that your weak leg volume is 200 a month. And then as it goes up, team leader means, and that's what I was showing you guys, is $1,000 a month. You hit Success Club 5, you're a diamond, and you get you have 4 coaches that have Success Club points. It doesn't even mean they're hitting Success Club. It means they at least have some Success Club points, and that you are getting 5,000 TB a month. So that's something I totally need to work on, is more volume. Anyway, so it kind of shows you. So when it says personally sponsored team leaders, it says that doesn't happen until I'm an organization leader. And then it's saying you'll probably make around $2,500 a month when you have 2 team leaders who are, you know what I mean? 2 team.
We have 2 diamond coaches. So that would be like if you're like a 2-star.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it says 2-star diamond. And then as it goes up, it's 5-star diamond, and you're making $8,500 a month.
The 5,000 total volume, is that just in sales, like overall, shake all HD orders,
Yeah.
packs, everything that's being sold, basically, that's commissioned?
Yep.
Okay. Both legs?
I think it's on your weak leg. Right there is what they're saying when you
Week
go.
leg volume.
I see it. I'm sorry.
So, and they all start over every month. So you can move up or down, but it's just basically a way for you to kind of track your progress. That was one of the things Melanie Mitro talked a lot about, was she tracks a lot. Like, she just, I think that's why she's top coach, because she tracks her progress a ton. And so anyway, Jill, do you have anything you want to add to this?
Yeah, I think that guy, that Simon, he kept like snapping into his microphone and it would like echo.
Mm-hmm.
Thing like when you see a goal and you see yourself move like one step closer to it, it gives you that like rush of adrenaline or dopamine or something that like hypes you up and you want to get one more step closer. So I like these because they have that like step in mind, right? You're like, oh, I have 150 commission so far this month and I need to be at 250. Like, it gives you that step in front of each other.
Yeah, I like it too, because it's just so, sorry, were you finished?
Yeah.
So can you give us some perspective real quick? Like, do you even come close to 5,000 total volume on the weak leg right now?
I haven't. I'm not there yet.
So how far off are we?
I think it's a totally personal thing, like it's just dependent on how much volume you're getting. I mean, your coaches are getting under you. So it's like, and
like they said, like, you're, even if when you hit the diamond rank, like you're not going to hit all of those right away. You're not going to hit, just because you're a diamond doesn't mean you're going to get 1,000 a month and 5,000 total volume, but it gives you something like, now I'm a diamond. Now these are the steps. This is what I should be shooting for until I'm a 1-star or a 2-star, like it.
Yeah.
But I guess where I was going with that is how far, because you can't get there without us. So we're part of that, right?
Well, I think the total volume, like coaches, you don't get volume off of their stuff, right? Like our Shakeology orders, you don't get any volume or commission off of, right? Or do you?
That's a good question.
Yeah,
I know you don't get commission.
No, you get something, because I get it, because I had 2 coaches under me, and that was my my husband, and I would buy stuff through him, so I would get it.
It must be volume then.
Yeah, I think it's volume, because that's why you buy things under your husband's account, right? So that it's trickling up.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, that's just something that's like, I think it's just going to take time to like build a team that is building a team that's building, you know what I mean? And build up that 5,000 volume. So, but I liked it too, because they talked a lot about this at Summit, where it's like rank isn't everything. I mean, you could be like 5-star and not making that much money. Or there's like Amy Silverman who's making like 10,000 a week or more, and she's only an 8-star. I mean, not only, but you know, she's not. I thought she was a 15-star. Like I always thought the top coaches were like all superstar diamonds. She's only an 8-star.
Jason DePold will tell you in every webinar that he does that it is not anything to do with stars. It has a lot more to do than what people think with volume.
Mm-hmm.
And just being a good leader too.
And being a good leader, but he really stresses that it's really one of the biggest mistakes that coaches make is that they don't focus more on their volume.
Who is this that talks about that?
Jason DePold.
So anyway, I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware that it even existed and know how to read it, and then know how to, and then try to like set goals to kind of work your way up the ladder.
Because they had a cute little like thing at Summit in the core that had Kelly's name on it, sort of.
You mean Matt France?
Yeah, I mean Matt Prince.
It had it was cute. It had a list of all like anyone that was a team leader. So Matt's a team leader.
Yay, Matt!
Yay!
I'm with Matt.
But yeah, so anyway, something to work towards. Those were the main things I wanted you guys to get. But I'm going to turn the time over to Jill because I know you took notes on things you wanted to share that blew your mind.
Yeah, I have tons of notes. There's
I had a billion notes too, but I don't want to overwhelm you guys. Those were the two. Those were things that I was like, I got to tell my team.
I know. What were they saying? I have like written next to it, like 324 coaches and 63 diamonds. Is that what Melanie Mitro added last year?
Yeah.
Like, can you imagine that? Anyway. But I was trying to look at my notes. Anyway, they're talking about like after you sell a challenge pack or sign up a coach, like that's just like the first step. And it's like you become like their mother, of your coaches or your challengers. And you really have to like mother them to a point. But Micah, what did she say? She was like, you're not just going to have somebody, leave your kid in a dirty diaper and be like, figure it out. Like,
yeah.
Like you have to help them along. And anyway, so one of the things they talked about was when your challengers are signing up, have them fill out the WooFoo form that talks about their why, even before they buy a challenge pack, like when they're just interested in signing up. And then it will give you more information of like what program would actually work better for them or why, and kind of like how to answer their questions. If they don't want to spend money on Shakeology, but they are complaining that they just don't have energy, they can't get enough vegetables in during the day, then you can be like, remind them of why they should have this program or what their goals were and how this is going to help them achieve their goals. And another thing they said that I thought was really cool is when you have somebody that's like, I can't afford it right now, you kind of write their name in and you say, okay, so I'm doing another challenge group in 3 weeks. Can you save or another challenge group next month or 2 months from now, can you save $5 a week so that you could be able to buy a challenge pack or something, give them a challenge to really, if it's something they actually want to do, to try and save up for it for the next challenge group.
Yeah, I loved that answer. I thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, because if it's something that somebody wasn't planning on, then maybe they have to figure it out into their budget. And maybe this month it doesn't work, but 2 months from now it does, or even next month, then they can kind of plan on it. And you'd make a list of those people and say, okay, save your money because in 3 weeks we're doing it again.
Yeah, more like $50 a week instead of $5.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good idea. And then following up with them, making I do this in my calendar is if they're like, no, I can't, just saying, hey, do you think you could maybe save up $50 a week? And then I'll follow up with you in 3 weeks and see if that's a better time. That way it's really not ever, it's it's never really a no. It's like, okay, well, let me check in with you later. Let me check in with you later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, until they're ready, they're like ready to do it. Anyway, and one of the things that I learned that I thought was like the coolest thing, they talked about, I can't remember like how we brought it up, but they said there was this guy that they found out he was like padding his expense reports at work. And so the company went in to talk to him, and they're like, we know you've been padding your expense reports. And instead of saying, you're fired, you're out, like you've been stealing money, basically, they said, we know you've been padding your expense reports. Are you okay? And it turned out that he was like going through a divorce and he didn't have any money for food. And so he'd been putting his food, like buying meals with the company card and then just expensing it. Anyway, and I actually had a challenger that for like the last week and a half wasn't really engaging in the group, and I had like messaged her and she hadn't messaged me back. And so I finally was like, hey, I haven't seen you in the group. Are you okay? And she like emailed, like messaged me right back. And I was like, that is so nice just to do with challengers or even like coaches, if instead of being like kind of the negative, like you're not doing this, you're not doing this, you're not doing this, like being like, are you okay? What's going on that's stopping you from reaching your goals or being there, being active every day? So I actually used that, and I thought it was like a really cool nugget.
I loved that one too, because I was like, oh, like instead of, because you never know what to do with people that kind of are ignoring you or they're just,
Yeah.
But that way you're like showing that you care instead of being like, what's your deal?
Yeah. Why aren't you here? Because you can't want it for them. Like, I mean, you can want them to like have success and like really, dig in and get results, but you can't do it for them, but you can remind them, why they're doing it, or you can be there for support. Like, and it's kind of, it might be like opening the floodgates for a minute. It's kind of sometimes could be a loaded question, but maybe that's what they need. And you can be that person to help them. Because really, like, when we announced those Beachbody winners, like on stage, like it was so cool to see their transformation. And I'm like, and if you're a coach that has one of those, you get like $5,000.
Right?
And it was like, who knew that like their coach would get a reward too? And if you're the coach of the winner, then you get $20,000.
What? Yeah.
So
the winner, like the $100,000 winner.
Yeah, the $100,000 winner, you get $20,000 too for being their coach. And kind of like, I'm like, so how cool is that? Like you help somebody completely change their lives, and then you get money for it too.
Yeah.
I was like, who knew? But it was so cool to like see them, and I was like, I want that. Like, I want a challenger that like just has this amazing transformation. Yeah, I was too. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. And he was like crying, and
their stories were really cool.
Yeah, they were amazing. Anybody can do it.
Oh, and one thing that I just thought was cool is like all the 1 stars got to walk across the stage. All the 1 to 4 stars got to walk across the stage, and then like elite coaches got to. They didn't say the names of the 1 to 4 stars. They just all walked together in like a big mass. But then like elite coaches they would say their names, and they got recognition for that. And then like 5 stars, they said their name. And so I do want to ask you guys before we leave, and maybe I'll ask this in the team page, but I do want to ask you guys, because this was something Jill and I were thinking about, is like, and I know a lot of you guys are coming to Summit, which I'm so friggin' excited about. But we were like, hey, where do we want to be next Summit? And so I kind of, because one of the things I loved that Carl said, so Carl gave a big talk, and he's like, you guys, I always plan my life like a year in advance. And he's like, so this size launch, he's like, I already have a whole bunch of launches coming out, like, or planned. And he's like, so this size launch, I'm like, everyone's like, oh my gosh, size. And he's like, that's so last year. Like, because for him, he already knows what's launching at next year's Summit. And I was like, that's really cool. Like, I think it's smart to have a like to know where you're going for the next year, like know what your end goal is. Like my daughter was talking about, she's like, should I take this dance class or should I take the singing class? And I'm like, well, what's your end goal? You want to be a singer? You want to be a dancer? Like if you don't know your end goal, then it's a lot harder to get there. So I just thought that was cool that Carl, like, of course, he's got to be super planned out. And so he already knows what's launching next year's Summit. And so I was like, hey, let's figure out where we're going to be at Summit next year. Like where do you want to be by the time you're at Summit next year? Because the cutoff for qualifications is like end of May. So where do you want to be by the end of the May so that you can walk across the stage or whatever it is that you're going for? So I'm going to post this in the team page after. I want you guys to set goals. I'm going to have a goal for like, here's my end of the year goal. And then here's my goal before Summit is I want to be this level by then. Because they also have parties. They have like 2-star parties. They have elite parties. They have, what was it? It was like 2-star and up.
Yeah, 2-star and up. Got a party. And I was looking at the schedule for next Summit, and the parties are on different nights this time instead of like one being at 8 and one being at 9. And like, they're actually on different nights.
Yeah. So anyway, just something to think about because then you're like working towards it. What other thoughts did you have, Jill? I think we should probably wrap it up, but.
Oh, I could talk forever. I've got,
we have like
this book that says lots of really great ideas. That's what I took notes in, and there are lots in there, but learn something new about Shakeology every week. There you go.
There you go. Oh, and I'm going to tell you one thing. So I was talking to another coach, and she said, I felt like this was the perfect balance for free groups. Because I did my last free group, I had them make me their coach, and I lost about half of them. They weren't in the group because they didn't make me their coach. Well, this girl, she said, what I do is I have them make me their coach. I say, okay, thanks so much for being interested in my Eat Clean group or whatever it is. And she'll say, make me your coach here by, clicking this link and signing up for a free account. And then she says, and then join this group and I'll approve you once you've done that. And she said that about, some like maybe 5 of them made her a coach and then the rest joined the group. But I'm like, that way you still get some people making your coach, but then you don't lose everyone, because I did lose some people. I mean, I loved it because I got a whole bunch of new customers, and I actually had 2 people buy a challenge pack for my free group. But I liked that idea of it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. Like they still know where to go to like join the group, but hopefully they'll make you their coach. But if they don't, they can still be in the group.
Yeah.
So she approves them even though they didn't make her a coach?
She did. So I don't know. I think that's, that's up to you. And it's hard to say, but I just felt like some people, I mean, there were people that were like my cousin and my like old neighbors that I was like, you got to make me your coach. And then they never did. And I was like, I feel weird now that they didn't do it. And I didn't add them to the group, and
Yeah.
So I liked that tip too. All right. Any other tips, Jill, that you're like, oh, I got to do that? I mean, that you're like, I'm
Yeah, I have a ton.
That you're like, I'm for sure doing, but then you're like, I'm doing this like the minute I get home.
Yeah, I did. I actually went and downloaded the business activity tracker, because I think even there's different ways like that different minds work and track, and that power of 3s for some reason just like it's like I just can't. Yeah, it doesn't work. But I look at this, which is pretty much the power of 3s, just slightly different, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do that. Like, so go look at the business activity tracker if you feel like the power of 3s is like not clicking for you. Just to kind of give you. Anyway,
I'm with you, Jill.
yeah, because it gives you goals too. Like it's like goal, and then it starts on Thursdays, which I think is cool because that's kind of like how our week starts. Really, is like Thursday through Wednesday. So there you go.
And the other thing they said was like have a team calendar, and I feel like that's when things really started working well, when I got going on the team calendar. So for you guys, make your own team calendar or use mine, but I feel like that's been like huge. It's like, oh, I finally know what I'm supposed to do and when I'm supposed to do it. So that was one thing one of the girls was like, everyone needs to use their team calendar, use a team calendar. So
I really liked what Carl said in his talk about just actually knowing the products and advising people on just being able to advise them truly what's right for them, not for you. So for me, I really liked mixed groups, and I really like putting somebody in whatever challenge pack is appropriate for them, not whatever is on sale.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been spending a lot of time this week actually getting to know the products, which is surprisingly, I'm learning a lot, even after all this time. When you think you know something, I'm actually learning so much. It's crazy.
that's cool. Yeah, they talked a lot about just really like getting to know the people, your customers better, and that it's all about being friends first, and that it's all about the relationship you build after, and I mean during and after the challenge group too. So
Yeah.
that's something I want to work on.
Did anybody order all the boosts and performance stuff, or
Did what?
did anybody order the boosts and performance stuff?
The performance stuff doesn't come out until 11:59 tonight,
That's-
Pacific Standard Time.
But is that going to be on Home Direct?
Yep.
Yeah, I think I'm going to say something really sacrilegious, but I'm going to switch my Direct to that for a while because I have like 9 boxes of Shakeology.
Oh,
Yeah, you know what? I actually did that with my husband's. I delayed his a month, and then I just didn't order the performance line.
oh, that's smart.
Because I've got like 3 boxes.
Yeah, because I have. I have for my husband. I have for my husband the same thing, and so that's what I want to do. Is they've been dying to talk, and I've had it muted.
Say hi to Mouse.
Okay.
Hi, Mouse.
But so yeah, that's what I plan on doing because I was like, oh, I want to try it,
Tell them to
but
say
I
hi to
I
Baby.
just didn't. I just thought it would be easier to flip it and then flip it
Yeah.
back.
That's
I got the Energize at 4, and
Yeah.
I've taken it like the last 2 mornings. It did like make
The
my
baby.
like my arms tingle. Like if I don't start working out, like they'll just stay tingly. Like I'm like,
But
oh my
It
gosh.
doesn't make you jittery though.
No, it
Because
doesn't make me
see-
jittery or my heart pound. It just made me
can't take
tingle.
things. Like I can't even drink a Monster because it literally will make me have breathing problems. And when they started talking about this, I was like, I literally ran upstairs to my son. Oh my gosh, look what they have. I'm surrounded by kids.
Say hi to babies.
Carl talks about the tingle and how that's how he knows he better get his workout going right now.
Yeah, because if you don't start working out, like it's almost like needle pricks. Like like I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to work out. But once
So like your foot's asleep.
it's like you feel like your foot and your face and your arms are asleep. But once you start working out, it's fine. And I felt like I had more energy too, working out. Like I didn't tire out as quickly, which was nice.
That's cool. You could try that, Stephanie. See if your husband likes that.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Well, I gotta convince him to even work out in general.
Well, even that and be like, the only way to make that tingly go away is to start working out. So
I'll just drug him or something. Babe, I'm talking about you.
Flip it in his water.
That's how I felt with my
He doesn't
husband.
drink water either.
except it's like bright yellow.
We're complete opposite.
We'll conspire.
He said, "Babe, I'm freaking wrecked." Oh my gosh,
That's funny.
he's a work in progress.
We did try the Shakeology Boost. What was it? The
The focused energy.
focused energy. That because when we were like so sleep deprived, we were like, we're gonna buy a Shakeology with focused energy. That helped. It was
Yeah, I liked it. It was good stuff.
so
I
yeah.
didn't order that too for my 90 PV.
Hey, so I have a question for the size group, which is totally off topic, so I'm sorry, but trying to figure out the best way to promote it without, I don't know, because like I guess the way Kelly promoted it, it kind of seemed like really fun and like just join our dance party type of thing. But then I feel like I'm having a hard time being like, and then to join, you have to like drink the shake too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing for that? I mean, I heard what Kelly said about it, and I like that idea, but I'm kind of like, I feel like I can't make it sound good when I say it. I don't know.
I think part of it is just being like, this is what we're doing. Like everyone in the group's drinking Shakeology, and we're going to be, that it's not like, I haven't had anyone be like, wait, what? Why do we have to, like, what? You're a jerk. Why do we have to drink Shakeology? You know what I mean? They're just like, okay. And then
Okay, because I reached out to that Chelsea girl, the one that I had asked to join my challenge group last month. And she was like, oh, because I talked to her about Shakeology last month, right? Yeah. She was interested in the challenge. And she's like, oh, well, I didn't see anything about that in the post. I don't know if I want to do that. And I was like, okay, well, if you want to just order size 2, that's totally fine. Because I didn't want to like be like exclusive, like, well, yeah, then screw you. You can't do size at all,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it was just her type of. I don't know.
No, I think and like I think it comes down to, if you look at the wording I posted in my size script, there's a part at the bottom that says what to do if they only want the DVDs, and it's the same exact wording I used on Gabrielle when she was like debating on the Shakeology, because I guess it comes down to like your personal belief and like testimonial about Shakeology is like, to me, I feel like if you're not going to get as good of results without it, So I want all my challengers to drink it because I feel like they're going to get better results. They're going to like lose the weight, and that's the ultimate goal for them and for me, is to get results. So that's why I don't feel bad being like, well, that's kind of a huge part of it. I'm not going to be a brat. I mean, I was on the phone today with one of my friends who's like, oh, do we have to get the Shakeology? And she already had a bag. So I was like, no, just get the DVDs or whatever. But, so I think you just have to feel it out and just be a little bit brave in sharing your personal like views about how it's helped you and stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what I did. I was just like, kind of shared like, well, if you are, serious about weight loss, then I would definitely recommend buying the challenge pack, because Shakeology can really help with when you like use that as a meal replacement to get to your goal quicker. And then I was like, but I totally understand if that's not what you're looking for right now and you kind of just want to get into a new exercise routine, then you can totally buy the DVDs because that's good for you too. So I just kind of spun it that way. I was like, well, if your goal is this, then this is going to be good for you. But if that is not your goal, then you can do this.
Yeah. You can tell them too, like, even if they're slightly interested in trying Shakeology, this is like a killer way to do it because they're going to get the best deal with the challenge pack. So like, even if they just want to try it for a month, you're going to get size for $10 or like, you're going to get the best deal.
Oh crap. I should have brought that up. You're right.
And
Maybe I'll have to message her again.
Yeah.
I don't know that you want to give them an out because sometimes they'll be like, oh, okay, then I'll just get the DVD. Do you know what I'm saying? Where you're like,
yeah,
you don't want to, no. I mean, you can.
I have a hard time. I don't know. You guys are all not pushy, but like you're pushy. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah.
Like you guys are good at saying things and getting people to do it, and I'm like too nice. I think sometimes I'm like, oh, but I totally understand. Like that's not what you want to do.
That's how I am too. And it's interesting because I find myself kind of transitioning in my head of like, it's just kind of just the way it's going to be. You can only get in a challenge group if you buy a challenge pack.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not there yet, but I do find myself shifting a little bit. And I think I find myself shifting more as I listen to these top coaches say that that's what they do. It's just part of the deal.
Right? Yeah. One of the girls said it. She's like, I don't get them in when they have a challenge pack. She's like, because if they're serious about changing their lives and losing the weight, she's like, that's a big step. That's a big part of it. So
I'm not fully there yet, but I do find myself kind of transitioning that way in my head.
So I actually am there when it comes to inviting people to my challenge groups. Like they have to buy a challenge pack because I want everyone in the group to be drinking Shakeology so they're not like left out. But then with the size group, since I'm not the one, like, I don't really do a lot of the team groups, I was like, I don't know if I should just let her.
But
So I don't know what you guys are doing.
You're still the coach.
It's still your group.
Yeah.
That's true.
And you'll still be posting in there. So like, I think just change your mindset and get a little bit brave.
Well, if you want to share some of your courage, then I will.
Have a shot first, maybe? No.
I'm gonna post a video for you. Perfect video. But yeah. But I think it comes down to, because I mean, honestly, I'll be honest, there was a month where before I became a coach, I was drinking Shakeology and I was eating like shiz. Like I ate junk all month and I lost 5 pounds. And I think it's honestly because I was drinking Shakeology. So I feel like nothing, and I wasn't working out either. So I feel like if nothing else, like the Shakeology just kind of gets you in the right.
Right.
It just gives you those nutrients and the superfoods that your body needs and it probably is deprived of.
Right.
So anyway, any other questions before we wrap it up?
Good to see everybody.
Yeah, we had a good turnout tonight.
Welcome to the team, new coaches.
Yeah.
Jody, I sent you a package today, darling. You never answer my messages.
I haven't looked at my messages.
Oh, whatever.
I seriously haven't.
She's been busy this month. It's a crazy month for
Yeah, I'm a little bit overloaded.
The fact that she's here is awesome.
I
So,
like funny messages. I'm sorry.
baby.
Thank you. I'm excited.
All right. Thanks you guys for joining us.
All right. Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.